And welcome to Rob Schmitt tonight. Over the weekend in Colorado, an increasingly familiar tragedy occurred. A very sick young man shot up a public place. This time it was 22-year-old Anderson Aldrich, who shot up a gay bar and killed 5 people and got beaten pretty severely himself. Anti-gay hate immediately became the favorite narrative for a press eager to politically exploit another tragedy while the bodies are still warm. The claim, conservatives pushing back against the rapid and bizarre mainstream acceptance of overt perversions of children in our society, are responsible for anti-gay crimes. Not allowing men with fake breasts to dance naked and touch your kids means you're anti-gay and means you're responsible for 5 dead people in Colorado Springs. And then last night, in what's become a trend for the media, reality yet again kicked them right in the sweet spot and buckled their knees. The public defenders for Anderson Aldrich revealing that Aldrich is non-binary. He uses only they, them pronouns. The media panic would quickly ensue. How on earth do you cover the story now? Over at CNN, you had a TV host at a loss for words.
The public defenders say, quote, Anderson Aldrich is non-binary. They use they, them pronouns, and for the purposes of all formal filings will be addressed as Mix Aldrich. So in other words, not Mr. or Ms. Joining me now, CNN political commentator.
So you could literally hear as she went on, talking to the guests, that the host was walking on eggshells. No clue what to say. Inside her head, she's weighing all the sarcastic comments she would like to make. But it's CNN. The story is a minefield. You can't dismiss the psychopath's preferred gender. You're the ones trying to convince us to take this nonsense seriously for the last 5 years. Fortunately, that host had a guest who can say things that a white CNN TV host simply can't say these days, which is something controversially unwoke.
It sounds like they're trying to prepare a defense against a hate crimes charge. That's the least of his problems, legally speaking, but it looks like they're trying to build some kind of sympathy or at least confusion on the question of whether or not this was purely motivated by hate.
I mean, that is what it sounds like. We'll wait to see.
Again, walking on those eggshells. So Errol Lewis there immediately dismisses any chance that Anderson Aldrich is really non-binary. Just absurd on its face, right? Clearly just a ploy by the defense to escape hate crime charges. We all know he's a MAGA terrorist. He was probably cheering on January 6th. But even Lewis admits that avoiding hate crime charges won't really matter at all when you're talking about murdering 5 people in cold blood. Regardless, he still just casually scoffs at somebody's preferred pronouns on CNN. It seems offensive, doesn't it? Seems like something that CNN would go full cancel culture on if it had been done by somebody else, right? Well, today Anderson Aldrich had his first court appearance, and we got to see them for the first time after they shot up a bar and was trounced by heroes who saved the day and prevented a much more horrific massacre from occurring. Aldrich was badly beaten. He could barely hold his head up. Sadly, we learned nothing more about his non-binary claims. But to some covering this story, it doesn't even really matter. A tech editor at NBC, America's most woke network, tweeting out, if the shooter is non-binary, it doesn't change the fact the right-wing media is continuing to stoke hatred towards LGBTQ people after 5 people were killed at a gay bar. So it no longer matters if violence is anti-gay or not. Right-wing media is still responsible for anti-gay violence, even though it may not even actually exist. And it really might not. Last night we showed you reporting from the Huffington Post that completely dismantles the theory that the Orlando Pulse nightclub shooting back in 2016 was motivated by anti-gay hatred. Omar Mateen, who killed 49 people, originally wanted to shoot up a Disney mall. He wanted to kill kids and families. His plan flipped at the last minute. He went to a club he'd never heard of called Pulse. He was reportedly very confused as to why it was all dudes. So the most horrific example of anti-gay hate that the LGBTQ warriors can come up with, the massacre they point to constantly as they claim victimhood, is actually a completely fake story. Naturally, they don't care, and neither does the media. They always use this to further their narrative and score points in the victimhood Olympics that have taken over our culture. Just this week in New York, another anti-gay narrative was destroyed. A young man had been caught on camera throwing bricks at a Manhattan gay bar. Multiple times this happened recently. Story, of course, immediately caught on fire. Another horrible hate crime in horrible anti-gay conservative America. The media, of course, went wild.
Police say a man armed with a brick is targeting Verse, a gay bar near 49th and 9th.
When there are these attacks on LGBTQ-specific venues, we all feel targeted, whether we were there or not.
We want to do everything in our power right now to keep other bars and queer spaces in the neighborhood safe.
There is a lot of fear and trepidation, right? Especially given what happened in Colorado over the weekend, the horrible, horrible crime in Colorado.
So the young man was finally caught this week, and while he was being perp walked into court, he just casually admitted to a screaming photographer that he was gay himself, and his crime was some type of retribution. And you're seeing this happen over and over and over again in this country. It's pretty amazing to watch when you really think about it. It makes you wonder how over-exaggerated our supposed anti-gay or racial problems really are in this country. How distorted they are because of the media. Makes you wonder what this country would look like if the media would just shut up and let everybody live and just report things that happen and quit trying to impose a narrative onto every story that favors perhaps the way they were educated or brought up or what they believe, the bad things they think are happening in this country but they can't prove. How many times are we going to watch the press get Jussie Smolletted and be exposed for the clowns that they are before we just stop listening to their forced narratives and we just start laughing at them? How many cases do you need to see before we all collectively just say forget about it?